A name for a K-pop group is one of the most important elements for their branding and marketing, as it is literally the first time an audience will encounter it when reading or hearing about them. So basically, it's a first impression, and any first impression needs to be really, really good to sell your image. Many have excelled in the art of crafting their name, while many have failed. And that's why you and I are here to decide, do your K-pop girl groups have a good name? And to identify that, I will ask the following questions. Number 1, does that group's name look good and sound good? Does its meaning have many layers and depth? Is it relevant with the group's concept and identity? Or vice versa? Do the group's concept and discography live up to their names? And finally, is it unique, interesting, or outstanding enough? And let's go to the ranking. The first tier, perfect, means literally perfect. The name is on point, on brand, flawless, eye-catching, memorable, and so on. The second tier, good. It meets most of the criteria, but just lacks a certain missing piece to be perfect. Okay means okay. You're not bad, but not that good either. And before, could have been better means there are a lot of things and problems to fix. And final tier, Phi is the one who even sang that, like Zero, now. Kiss of Life refers to the mouth-to-mouth artificial respiration method. Like the name, we plan on revitalizing and bringing fresh life to the K-pop scene. And they can live up to the name, don't you think? When the industry just keeps on lowering the idol's age by debuting minors, they at least manage to do the bare minimum with an all-adult lineup. When other groups just try to either hop on trends or replicate the formula from their recent successful seniors, Kiss of Life reinvent themselves multiple times. And even if they revitalize an old concept, they manage to make it fresh. There's a reason why they are the only girl groups from the 5th gen to break out of the newgardom and compete with the privileged girl groups from the Big Four. They are truly a case of life for K-pop. My only wish for the name is that they can execute it in terms of concepts in a more literal and dynamic way, so the brand can be more recognized. For example, like a concept of like doctors performing the kiss of life to their patients, and then the patients are saved because of their sexiness and hotness. That's just my suggestion. LOL. Other than that, it looks good, it sounds good. I think it's in the good tier. ILLIT combined the word I will with it, with the meaning of the members being able to be anything and also looks forward to becoming anything. Bit confusing to catch up with this idea for the first time, but looking at it for a while, I kinda appreciate this. I just wish that they can execute the theme of I will more strongly and cohesively, at least like how they name their songs or albums names, like I Will Like You type of way. You're like idol with how they do that with a structure of I plus verb. Yeah, something like that. Regardless, the name does look cute, just like the group's concept, though a bit hard to pronounce at first, like, is it ILLIT or ILLIT? I think it's a good name, just needs more time to execute it better. BABYMONSTER was created with an image possessing two contrasting qualities, a baby side off stage and a monstrous side on stage. Let's just start by putting them in the bottom tiers. Letting alone this, kinda a riff-off of a contrasting concept from BLACKPINK. Both of the metaphors are so weird and a bit extreme. Like, yes, the members are talented, but calling them monster is a bit off. And can the baby side really be suitable for them when they all grow up and become adulted women? I don't think so. ARTMS is the Greek goddess of the moon, linking to the LOONA's lore. ARTMS is also a figure in Artemis lore. Not gonna lie, the name looks confusing as hell because I always pronounced it as autism. But do love the LOONA references though. But it really serves only for the orbit who knows and analyzes everything about the Lunaverse, which one can argue that it's not really that bad, because that's always been how LOONA or Jaden Young intends to target and deliver. But for me, it could have been better if the vowels were not excluded and were just fully ARTMS. Just my preference. LOOSEMBLE is short for LOONA Assemble, describing the joining of 5 members of LOONA. In the group's lore, LOOSEMBLE is also the name of a spacecraft they board to use to search for their friends, assumed to be C-Loo or the rest of the LOONA members. Another LOONA references, yay! But again, it can look a bit confusing as hell because I often think of like the word losers when I look at it. I think my problems with both ARTMS and LOOSEMBLE is that most of the names, characteristic, and meaning I attribute to LOONA, and why they absolutely slay in that purpose. The names lack certain like individuality and uniqueness on its own term, and since our girls want to reunite so bad, I just had to put them like next to each other.
이달의 소녀
Translates to Girl of the Month. Girl of the Month were references the pre-debut project in which each new member was revealed with a solo each in a new month, then joined a new subunit. LOONA is derived from the first letters in each syllable blocked in.
이달의 소녀
They then are rearranged to LOONA in the Roman words. LOONA is also a respelling of LUNA, which means moons in multiple other language, showing the group's concept heavily relates to the moon. Now this is an original and perfect name that I was talking about. It's the most simple yet creative name that I have ever seen. They wordplay it with both Korean and English while also tie it with the group's heavy concept and branding. While it also looks good and sounds good, I have nothing to complain. It's imperfect for me. aespa comes from combining AE, derived from avatar as experience and aspect. The meaning behind the name is various innovative activities to come with a theme of experiencing a new world via the encounter of the avatar, aka your other self. Let's check all those boxes, shall we? It looks good and very unique with the AE words. It sounds good and rhymes with spa, like aespa. The name, as mentioned, has multiple layers of meaning in it, and they execute the concept really, really well and excels in every keyword in that description. Like for innovative activities, they do tons of AI shit and cyberpunk concepts, etc. For a new world, they are the cornerstones for the SMCU and the Kwanja world. For the Avatar, they even built an A version of themselves for each member. Like, there's no reason for me to not put them in the perfect tier. The SSERAFIM is an anagram for Amphilis. It originally comes from the term the SSERAFIM, whereas the seraphim is a six-winged heavenly being. I think it was an angel in the Bible or something. Love the anagram. The Fliss concept does not just limit itself in only their debut self-titled concept, but also has a long-lasting legacy in almost every era of them with a like self-loving and determination message. Initially, I find hard to pronounce because I thought it's supposed to be French like Les Seraphim. But now hearing it saying Les Seraphim regularly is kind of cute and unique. But let's address the elephant in the room, because although it's not obvious, the ones who came up with this name obviously has made a common mistake by attaching the name with the number of individuals. And for most cases, they all did not end well, as one member always leaves the group, just like Garam did. But of course, we can always make it up by saying the vacant position is for our fans, right? Anyway, Les Seraphim is also in the good tier for me. I've evokes the English phrase I have. It refers to the idea of showing what I have to the audience with confidence, where instead of telling the story of growth, the group intends to push a complete girl group from the start. kind of similar to ILLIT, isn't it? With more fleshed out execution in the message and how they execute the album titles. The name sounds cute, but not really that unique or exciting and kind of basic. And the layer of the meaning, the name is also not that deep or niche or interesting. So for me, it's in okay tier. Jeans are known for their timeless fashion. Each generation has its new style of jeans, a wordplay of NewJeans, which implies that the group will be going in a new generation of pop music. A weird name at first that might put some people off, but the explanation kind of makes sense and interesting, right? The keyword of timeless fashion is executed really well in their concepts, leaning to this Y2K and 90s aesthetics. Jeans also for young people, which are also the members. And they also live up to the NewJeans wordplay by shaking out the entire industry with all impactful releases. Although it might not look or sound that good or memorable, its meaning is good. We just need more time to fathom. I do think they are in the good tier also. Idol means children in Korean, and idol in English refers to someone who avoids work. The G in G-idol is short for girls. I means I as in myself, standing for their individuality. And do is a Korean compound word used to form plurals, indicating a group of 6 different personalities gathering together. I love you girls and I do appreciate the meaning, but the name is a hot mess. I hate good names with brackets and hyphens in it, and Idol has both of them. Do you know how hard it is for people, especially the non-fans, to remember and write their name at first? Like, what a terrible first impression. The name tries to combine both English and Korean like LOONA did, but it causes many unnecessary confusion for both sides. And even the girls have to code switch between their English name and Korean names all the time. And in Korea, they say it like idol without the G, and in English, they put the G back. So sorry, Soyeon, but I have to put it in the bottom tier. ITZY translates to English as to have, which means that the group members have everything people expect in them. So kind of like IVE and ILLIT, but with more creativity in the wordplay. This is how you can have fun with both English and Korean idol, and still manage to look fun, sounds good, and effective. No shade. The name matches so well with the utterly like teen crush concept, but it just needs more layer for me to put in the top tier. But still, this is a good name. NMIXX combines the letter N, which stands for now, next, and new, and the unknown N, and the word mixed, which symbolizes combination and diversity altogether, meaning the best combination for a new era. JYP Entertainment really knows how to name their groups, huh? The N letter might need more time for me to comprehend, but their mix is so on brand with the mixed pop music and concept. At first, when being introduced, the name was confusing as hell, but now it sits really well through the test of time, and that for me there it is also a good name. BLACKPINK meant pretty isn't everything, and symbolized that they are a team that encompasses not only beauty but also great talent. YG, let me explain why this name is a much better version than BABYMONSTER. Although black and pink all contrast each other to display a duality, just like how Baby and Monster did, they have one big difference. They are both colors, thus the audience can more easily draw the connection and understand the comparison that you're trying to make. Furthermore, these two colors are contrasted so well and can be incorporated in anything from their logo, visuals, merch, and outfits. Their brands are so strong that whenever you see these two colors, you immediately think of BLACKPINK. It looks perfect, it sounds perfect, their meaning is so on point. BLACKPINK for sure has made tons of impact on both the music and fashion industry, by not just being pretty, but also with talents. This genius name deserves the perfect tier for me. Twice will touch people's hearts twice, once to the ears and once again to the eyes. Such a cute name, though maybe a bit basic and generic. But I do love its meaning and how Twice take it further by connecting it with a fandom once. So it's nothing less, nothing more. I will put them in the okay tier. Red is their vivid and bold image. Velvet is their classy and more toned down side. No group has ever lived up to their name like Red Velvet did. Whether Red or Velvet concept, they'll excel and push the boundary of music and creativity in K-pop. My only complaint would be that the name might confuse a lot of people with the cake Red Velvet.
Red Velvet, oop, that flopped.
Red Velvet did not flop, and they will never flop.
So I'm put them in the good tier. If friends want to be sweet girlfriends to boy and good friends to girls, ew. Too hetero, and more importantly, it is a bit basic and lackluster for me. It could have been better for me, so fourth tier. MAMAMOO is an onomatopoeia of a baby babbling, which represents MAMAMOO's desire to make music that can be easily listened to by anyone around the world. Originally, the word was from scat singing, used as a title of a song written for Quincy Jones' 2013 concert in South Korea, which was performed by MAMAMOO pre-debut at the event. It looks good, it sounds cute, and kind of unique, doesn't it? I understand the sentiment and the goal of making music easily listened by everyone, but their music and concept is a bit too mature to be referenced as a baby bubbling. But I really like how they incorporate it in their greeting. It's so creative. And I do think it's in the good tier. Growth generation signifies the time or the generation has come for the girls to take over the world. What an iconic name. A bit bold and generic to even think of naming a girl group like that first. But now look back at their legacy and how they let time answer for themselves. Girls' generation were one of the first ones to directly compete with boy groups and make them scared for shit in this male-dominated industry. They literally opened a girls' generation for us to experience right now. My only complaint would be that the name was originally coming from a song sung by a dude, and the lyrics from that song had no relevance to what it stands for now. I think it's an okay name. 21 is a combination of the word 21st century and new evolution, with the meaning of a new evolution in the 21st century. Another bold name, but I will let it slide because it looks too good and unique. It pronounces very easily too. I normally don't like heavy number in names, but 21 just makes sense. To be honest, 21 kind of starts an evolution, didn't they? I mean, not necessarily in the 21st century, but for K-pop. Like when K-pop girl groups were hopping on and off between either cute or sexy concept in the second gen, 21's pioneered and popularized the girl crush concept, which was then passed on by BLACKPINK until it became oversaturated in the fourth and fifth gen. So maybe I'm biased, but I will put them in the perfect tier.
겁이 나서 시작조차 안 해봤다면 그댄 투덜대지 마라 좀 GG